Yo guys, what's up? Wolf Lotus here. It's been a minute since I made a video. We all know season 3 of Overlord has ended, and season 3 of Overlord was probably the best season, to be exact. It was crazy, it was madness, it was chaotic, it had everything. It was fucking badass. And just like everyone else, I wanted season 4 to come already. There's enough content to make a season 4 and a season 5, I believe. So hopefully they get to it. So most of you already know the topic of the video. We're going to be discussing the Pleiadian maid that has those big mommy long legs. You know what I'm talking about. You fellas who into arachnids, this is the babe right here. This is the girl you guys have wanted. This might even be best girl in the Pleiadian maids. Let me know in the comment section below who you think best girl is. I might make a video discussing the best anime girls of 2018. Seems like a funny topic to discuss. And start a little, I guess, discussion. So Ettoma Vasilisa, hopefully I pronounced that right. I tried doing it, so don't kill me in the comment section if I didn't get that right. Ettoma's racial class is an arachnoid, meaning that she isn't an insect, she's actually an arachnid. It basically makes her a humanoid spider monster. She is a Pleiadian battle maid under the 6-star system in the Great Tomb of Nazarick. Just like her other sister, she was designed to distract the incoming players making it to the throne room, to distract them just long enough in the throne hall to allow the players in the Great Tomb of Nazarick to unite to make a final boss battle at the end. That being said, her name means insect queen in Greek. In the beginning in the anime, when we are first introduced to Ettoma, we can tell that she isn't human, she's something else. Unlike her sister Nabro, who truly has a human-like appearance, Ettoma clearly is inhuman. But that is quite different in the novel. In the novel, it is stated that no one would suspect Ettoma of being an arachnoid or anything else but human. I can only assume her human-like appearance goes far beyond her body, since in the anime you can tell Ettoma is clearly wearing a mask. But in the novel it might be quite different. She might be able to use some sort of illusion magic just like Ainz did to replicate a human face, or maybe she dons a humanoid face from an actual human and able to move the actual facial muscles to reenact human expression, which would be absolutely terrifying. Imagine going on a date and the person takes off their fucking face and they have a spider face. I mean, talk about being catfished. I mean, that's a different level right there, different tier level. The mask that Ettoma wears in the anime comes from an insect, is known as an insect mask, and the hair that she has is also from an insect, somewhat the same thing that a rolled up centipede has as well. That's what the hair is. Ettoma's voice in the beginning of the anime sounds that of a young girl. But later in the anime we find out that Ettoma actually steals the voices of people she kills. She does this by using an insect to steal the voices of people she kills. That being said, her true voice sounds that of Cocytus. It sounds raspy and somewhat strong. Ettoma is quite self-conscious about this. It's even shown and demonstrated in the anime when she is speaking to Ainz. When Ainz makes a comment about her voice, she tells Ainz if her voice makes Ainz feel uncomfortable, and Ainz replies, of course not. But this is somewhat of an insight in Ettoma's feelings. You can tell that Ettoma is self-conscious about her appearance. She wears a mask to hide her face. This would be understandable if she was doing somewhat of a covert operations to be with humans, but she even dons the mask at the Great Tomb of Nazarick where no one really cares the way she looks. She's self-conscious about it. She even goes as far as to hide her own voice. She doesn't like that her voice sounds somewhat menacing and scary. She wants to have a voice of that of a 14, 13-year-old girl. And this gives us somewhat insight and builds character when it comes to Ettoma. She has human insecurities. Ettoma, alongside her sisters in the Pleiadian maids, weren't really useful in Yggdrasil, but this all changed in the new world. Ainz actually treasures them, and Ainz has found ways to use them and utilize them that goes far beyond the original functions of Yggdrasil. Example, Ettoma. Ettoma has been assigned various jobs by Ainz and missions. One of the missions that Ainz entrusted with Ettoma was spying on Cocytus. When Cocytus was trying to conquer the lizardmen, Ettoma was instructed by Ainz to inform him of every move Cocytus made, and she did so. Ettoma is the first being in the Great Tomb of Nazarick that is actually defeated in the New World. She was defeated by all the members of Blue Rose, mostly because of Evil Eye, who was able to use insecticide magic, which seemed to be Ettoma's great weakness. Right before Ettoma was about to be slain by the members of Blue Rose, she was saved by Demiurge. During this battle, Ettoma lost the voice of the insect, meaning that the insect that had devoured a human voice was gone. This revealed Ettoma's true voice, the voice that she truly dislikes. Later on, it is revealed that Ettoma holds a grudge against Evil Eye. When Ainz asked Ettoma if she would like anything that was within his power, Ettoma asked to kill Evil Eye if the opportunity ever arose. Ainz agreed to her request, so this means we might see a second battle between Evil Eye and Ettoma. Etoma was created by the player known as Genjiro. Genjiro was one of the 41 supreme beings in the Great Tomb of Nazarick. Not much is known about him other that he was in charge of the treasury room, and also a neat freak stated by Ainz. But when Ainz visited the treasury room, he found all that gold laying out in the open. He questioned maybe Genjiro wasn't that much of a neat freak at all. Etoma's class build. She is a total level of 51, racial level 10, arachnoid 2, unknown. Job level include medium 10, shaman 7, insect master 7, weapon master 3, and 12 unknown. So let's break this information down. Let's start off with her racial level. 10 levels have been added to her racial class, making her a true arachnoid. Arachnoids are spider-like humans, just like I stated early on in the video. There are 2 unknown points that are added to another racial class. So Etoma has 4 different jobs in her class build, which we know of. So let's start off with the first one. She is a level 10 medium. A medium in the game of Ichirso is a magic caster class that lets you use and become a talismancer. Talismancers use magic tags like talismans to cast their magic abilities. So I'm pretty sure by now you've seen multiple characters in anime use talisman, but what exactly are they? They are an object that is thought to have magic powers and bring good luck. The talisman that Etoma uses has more of an omamori appearance, which is basically the Japanese version of a talisman. So let's go back and talk about Etoma's job as a medium. So medium in the New World and the game of Ichirso had a variety of uses throughout the game. Etoma can use her job as medium to cast talisman to disrupt the communication line between 2 players while they are under the message spell. So this basically means when Ainz is trying to communicate with his other NPCs, he wouldn't be able to do so because the spell would disrupt that communication message spell, I believe. Which is a great spell to cause chaos. Destroying the line of communication between someone's comrades and their way of system of operation is something that would be very useful, especially in battle, involving tactics and strategy as such. Another aspect of these talisman is to buff the user's physical capabilities. This job places heavy emphasis on the mental strength stats. Etoma has been shown to use 7 different magical talisman spells. The first one being Lightning Bird, basically summons electricity that takes form of a bird that flies towards you, causing electrical damage if it makes contact. The second spell, Lightning Bird Swarm Talisman, shoots numerous birds formed by electricity. This is like the first spell but shoots smaller birds that take form of electricity, which is able to cause effect damage of electricity in the given area. The third spell being Explosive Talisman, basically a talisman that can cause an explosive reaction to a given area or given effect. Sharp Cutting Talisman, basically a talisman that can slice the opponent up. Spider Talisman spell. She basically summons a spider, which is in the 3rd level tier. She uses this to basically gauge the opponent's level and to provide some information. Piercing Wind Talisman is a talisman that can cause a storm to cause a wind to whip up an attack to hit the given target. Strengthened Self Talisman, which is a talisman that improves the user's physical capabilities if needed during combat. So let's go to Etoma's second job. She has 7 levels in the class build Shaman, which is a job that excels at summoning. Shamans employ their summons to do battle for them. Another shaman that we do know is Crushed Lulu, which is that lizard that was getting drilled in that episode in season 2. Etoma has Insect Master in her class job build, which is a level 7. Insect Master allows her to deploy insects as her minions and to do battle for her as her own summons. Summon insect spells that Etoma possesses. Bullet Bug. She uses this as a bio Gatling gun. Blade Bug. She summons a bug that she uses as a sword basically. Hard Armor Bug. Summon shield shaped bug that is able to block attacks. Thousand Lash Bugs. One of the strongest insects that Etoma can summon. This insect is a giant centipede longer than 10 meters. With a blade-like teeth. Lip Bug, which is the bug that she uses to seal the voices of the people she kills. Mask Bug, a large flat beetle that looks like a human face with somewhat minor differences. Etoma uses this as a mask to cover up her true face. Special abilities. Spider Web. Etoma shoots web from her mouth. Etoma can control whether to use it as sticky web for capture or sharp web, cutting the enemy into pieces. Slashing Spider Web. This is the attack that Etoma used to tear apart Evil Eye's crystal wall. It's basically a stronger version of Spider Web. This is Etoma's trump card, Breath of Fly. Etoma uses this to shoot a swarm of flies and deals piercing damage on the targets. These flies lay eggs in their victims. The maggots quickly hatch and eat the victim's flesh and rapidly grow into flies, only to repeat the process with the new victims. The ability can only be used 3 times per day. Etoma's status build is quite balanced. Everything is in the 30 range, maybe 40 the highest. This is why she's probably a great support character. Nothing's very weak or nothing's very powerful, making her the ideal support character, I believe. Etama's karma level is negative 100 compared to Ainz's negative 500. Etama's evil parameter isn't really that high. It's even stated that Etama would ignore most humans. Unless she is hungry, she would eat them as a source of nutrients, but she wouldn't mindlessly torture them. Etama is a spirit-based magic caster who relies on insects and talisman in battle. Her talismans that she uses have magic effect. They are used to strengthen magic spells. In a sense, Etama is not entirely a combat maid, but takes a role of a support and assists alongside her fellow Pleiades. Nevertheless, her status are considerably well-rounded despite playing the role of a support character. This gives insight why Etama lost to Blue Rose. Etama is strong and powerful. Don't get me wrong, I fully believe she has a higher level than Evil Eye and is probably more powerful, but she faced Blue Rose. They outnumbered her and they had the capabilities of actually injuring her because of Evil Eye with Insecticide. Insecticide weakens Etama's defenses, which allowed the other members of Blue Rose attacks to be actually efficient against Etama, and this was a perfect combination to bring down Etama. So taking account of Etama's special ability, let's take a look at her status build. This is where the points are added from HP to MP and variety of different statuses. So let's take a look. Approximate status: HP 43, MP 31, physical attack 32, physical defense 30, agility 33, magic attack 36, magic defense 35, resistance 33, special ability 41, total of 314. Etama's status build is quite balanced. Everything subsides in the 30 range, highest being 40. This also means that Etama is not the strongest Pleiade maid. There are stronger Pleiade maids than Etama. Etama is a support Pleiade maid. Overall, the Pleiade maids weren't really meant to do anything besides slow down the incoming invaders to the throne room. I've said this multiple occasions. But in the new world, they have more purpose and Ainz is utilizing them. A quick comparison of Etama's power status compared to Nabro, you can clearly see that Nabro is superior to Etama. Even Lupus, they beat her in raw power. Etama wasn't meant to be a tank or anything like that. She's a supportive character. This is why she was taken down by Blue Rose. Etama's relationship and views of everyone in the Great Tomb of Nazarick is quite interesting. She views Ainz as being the ultimate supreme being. She is loyal to him. Without any hesitation, she would do whatever Ainz commands. Even though Etama is loyal to Ainz, she is most loyal to her creator. I mean, who wouldn't be? Genjiro demands the most loyalty from Etama because that's her god, that's her creator, that's the person that brought life into her. Etama's relationship with Yuri Alpha is a good one. Yuri Alpha views Etama as being one of the good girls, unlike her other sisters like Lupus. Yuri Alpha views Etama as being someone who doesn't enjoy the suffering of human beings. Don't get me wrong, Etama will gladly eat a human being, but that's just nature itself. She's hungry and she views humans as being a source of nutrients. And Etama has one of the monstrous appearance in the Pleiade maids, which is quite interesting. Even though she looks that terrifying, her karma level isn't really that bad. For example, let's compare Etama's karma level to another Pleiade maid, like Nabro. Nabro may look pleasing and aesthetic, but her negative karma level is at 400. Etama is negative 100. So if you're a human being, you would most likely have a greater chance of surviving with Etama rather than Nabro. Out of all the Floor Guardians, Etama's relationship with Albedo and Shalltear is quite interesting. It's because Albedo and Shalltear don't like being near Etama. It's not because they hate Etama, it's something else. Etama loves to spend her free time being with Kyohoko. If you remember Kyohoko, he's from season 3 of Overlord. He's that humanoid roach. And Kyohoko is absolutely afraid of Etama. I mean, naturally, spiders eat roaches. And it's the same thing here. Etama loves to go to Kyohoko to eat his family. She loves munching on these roaches like popcorn. It's delicious to her. And because of that, Albedo and Shalltear don't like being near Etama. She probably reeks. Her breath smells probably like shit or roaches. I mean, roaches eat shit. And they probably go together. But don't tell Etama I said that. She'll try to eat my ass. So these are some interesting facts about Etama. In the web novel, Etama is a praying mantis type magical warrior. Evil Eye associated Etama's power with evil deities, or most likely insect demon gods from 200 years ago, as she developed an anti-insect spell against it. So you guys have reached the end of the video. I honestly had fun making this video. It took a lot of work for me because I'm pretty much certain that you guys can tell in the video that my voice shifts multiple times. Some of the video or the audio was done in my car. I had no other way of doing the audio. It had to be done in my car. I was at school and I've been busy with a lot of work. And yes, it took some time, but honestly, have fun making this, guys. I apologize that my voice somewhat fluctuates throughout the whole thing, and I want to do a better job in my next video. Hopefully I do. And with that being said, guys, let me know what you guys thought of the video, any mistakes I've made. Like I said, I'm an anime only person. I read or watch the anime. I guess you can't read the anime. Well, I guess I do read the anime because I do watch it subbed and dubbed. But let me know if I missed anything, any important information about Etoma. Does she possess any other skills that I didn't bring up? Let me know all of it. I want to know. You know, I love this platform because I can actually be informed by many of you guys who read the novels, and I can learn things as well. With that being said, guys, like, comment, subscribe, show some love. Other than that, guys, I'll see you next time. Let me know in the comment section which Pleiadian maid you would want me to do a video about next time. And other than that, I'll catch you guys later. Wolf Lotus out.